Alright guys, I'm back to do a pick a card reading. This is kind of different than what I usually do. This is what do people think about you when they first meet you, okay? So I have 4 groups here. And you're going to pick one. Just hold on one. Which one draws your eye? So the first one we have is Sodalite. It's like a blue marble type looking. And then we have, oh my gosh, black obsidian, which is like pure black. Shiny though. Then we have Dalmatian. And then we have amethyst. So I want you just to take a minute, take a few seconds, see which crystal draws your eye, and then I'm going to reveal with the cards what people think about you. All right, we're going to do the first pile. So if you picked pile number blue, let me write down the timestamp so I can put them in the thing. So if you picked Sodalite, that's at 120. Okay, so Sodalite, let's see. So Sodalite is good for creative energy, deep thinking. So if you pick this stone, you might be very creative. You might be into arts and crafts. You might like doing woodworking, putting things together, deep thinking, maybe sometimes even overthinking things. You know, you could be an overanalyzer. This could be the engineers in the room. So let's see what the cards say. First card out is an owl. So when people first meet you or look at you, not saying you look like an owl, but you're very abundant. Owls are very abundant. There's like, maybe you have like hidden treasures in your home. You're very generous. You're very trusting. You're very secure, but you're very mysterious too. You could be psychic. You could be clairvoyant. You give people, you're a giving person. You make a good companion, a good husband, a good wife. Yeah, you're very abundant, okay? So another card here, complacency. You get bored easy. That's all what I'm really feeling from that card, is that you get bored easily, or sometimes you settle for less. You settle just to keep the peace, or you settle for things just because sometimes you just don't have the energy because you're so giving. Very complacent, maybe not very argumentative. Okay. What else? Impartiality. Here we go. What did I say? You don't really argue. You're complacent to avoid argue. You don't like to get into conflicts. You always like to balance the scales. You're like the middleman. You don't ever sway one way or the other. You don't take sides. You know, people see you as, you know, not very argumentative. Sometimes you just get straight to the point, straight to the facts, right? Let's see what else we got here. Moose. Patience. You have a lot of patience. You're very self-resilient. You can overcome any adversity. Maybe you have overcame a lot of adversity in your life. And you do this by not arguing, not fighting. But sometimes it's not a good thing because you're settling too much, right? Let's see what else we got here. Finding. It's like you are a rare gem. You are a good find. Didn't I say treasure in the beginning with owl? It's like, I hate to use this analogy, but if you go to a flea market or a yard sale and you find this like amazing thing, it's like you're that one in a million thing. You're that bright shining diamond. You're that, you stand out in the room. You are a rare, precious gem. You might even be an old soul. You might be a healer with the healing card. You could be into spirituality. You could be into healing modalities. You could work in the medical field. You could be a Reiki master. You could be a clairvoyant. You could be very enthused or really like to go on treasure hunts. Didn't we say treasures earlier? You like going to antique shops. You like going to flea markets. People come to you to settle a score, if, you're like the last vote. You could be the determining factor. If let's say there's an argument in the family, they come to you to settle the score, okay? You like to figure out how things work. You like to see how things heal, how things work. Sorry, I can't get all the cards in here. You're very impartial. You don't like to be on one side or the other. You could be a mother. You're very patient. Things don't get on your nerves too quickly. You're very stable. You're very solid. You're like a solid person. People can come to you and know that things will be taken care of. Okay. What else? Shaman, trust in higher forces. Didn't I say this is my healers? This is my Reiki masters. This is my massage therapist, my doctors. Okay. You trust in higher forces. You believe in God. You believe in spirit. You believe in the devil. You believe in things that are, a higher force than you. People see that you might be very spiritual. You might be very religious. You might go to, church, synagogue, whatever it is. You're faithfully doing it. You say prayers. You find healing in that. You don't like to argue. You don't like to fight. What else here? The devil. Oh my God, didn't I just say that? But I don't think people see you as a devil. I see people, you're very seductive. Some people might think that, because you're psychic or a medium or clairvoyant or a healer, that you practice witchcraft or you practice the devil. You don't. People don't understand that there's a light and dark to magic. And yeah, there's dark magic, but people misinterpret your healing modalities, your psychic abilities, your predictions as like work of the devil, which is so misinterpreted. But you may teach the occult, you may teach magic. I'm talking white magic, not black magic. You might be very seductive. People might find you very sexually attractive, very visually pleasing. Okay. 7 of Cups, or the God, the just judge. This is contemplation, makes the truth known in legal proceedings. Didn't I say that earlier? You're very impartial. You like to get to the bottom of things. You like to get to the truth. You're a fact finder. You don't just believe in any bullshit that anybody tells you. You like getting to the bottom of things, finding, okay? And you're very patient. You're very methodical. The way you do things. You want everybody to be judged fairly. Although I don't feel like you do much judging of anybody. Again, with the representation here, we have the owl here, and then we have the owl here. That's a similarity. What else do we got here? Honesty. You're a very honest person. People, when they come to you, they know that they can get the truth from you, whether the truth hurts or not. Again, this goes back to being impartial. You're not going to take one side or the other. You're very honest in your delivery. And sometimes your words are very healing. People find your energy very healing, very soothing. You're good at giving advice. Oh my gosh, we got understanding. Now, I didn't look at any of these cards, so they're just coming up as we go. You're very understanding. Again, you don't judge people. I feel like you've been around the block too many times, not in a bad way, but to the point where you're very understanding of everybody's trials and tribulations. You're very understanding. You're very spiritual. You understand that, there's nobody to judge, that there's only one true person that can judge all. But you're very understanding. You're a good advice giver. You like the truth to be known. You're not a gossiper. You get straight to the facts, okay? Bully. Now, you might have been known as a bully in high school. You might have had really deep fears that are hidden behind verbal or physical abuse when you were younger. But I feel like you protect the bullies or the people that are getting bullied. You are that person that will walk into a room, see who's standing by themselves, and go talk to them. Anybody that is a target for a bully, you're there to comfort them, like a mama moose, right? You're very healing. You make people feel important, okay? You can take out, you're that type of person that even though you're the CEO, you're still going to say good morning, to the janitor that cleans the toilet. You don't feel like you're on any pedestal compared to anybody else, okay? You help people confront their fears, healing, you give good advice, you help them understand themselves. What else we got here? Alchemist. Yeah. This is transformation of motives and goals into wisdom. This goes back to I don't want to say witchcraft, but what we were talking about, white magic. You're an alchemist. You can make things happen. You don't misuse your power or your knowledge that come through spiritual practice, but you help enlighten others. You're an alchemist. You put positivity into the world, right? You don't, again, that's where the complacency come in. That's where the just judge comes in. You like everything to be fair. You like all the facts to be understood. You don't jump to conclusions until you know all of the facts. You might ask too many questions. Again, you might be an engineer. We all know how the engineers love to ask questions and how everything works. You can transmute negative energy into positive energy. You can walk into a room and lift up a room. People see you as very bubbly, very outgoing, but you have a very calm presence about you. People feel safe around you. People feel like they're understood around you. And then child of nature. Yeah, this is you might have a lot of animals. You might communicate with animals. You might have 7 cats and 12 dogs. But you're a child of nature. You really, really, you don't abuse animals or people or the environment. You're very earth energy. You can be a Virgo, Taurus, or Capricorn. Like I said, you're a very good mother. You're very understanding. You're very nurturing. If you don't have any children, it's like your pets are your kids. Okay? All right, let's get into the tarot and see what the tarot people think of you. All right, this is the Sodalite group, Spirit. What does the general collective think of the Sodalite group, please? These two wanted to pop out. So we got 6 of Cups. Yeah, this is all about family, having a good family life. You're that person that everybody wants to reconcile with when you lose touch. You might have several cats. 6 of Cups energy is very nostalgic, very healing. Again, you're very carefree. When people talk to you, they feel like they've known you for years. They might even call you an old soul. People see you as having a picture perfect family life. The white picket fence and the garden. Okay. Again, with many, many animals. People just feel very comfortable in your presence. Very nostalgic. And then also judgment. Of course, judgment would pop out. You like to get to the truth. You like to get to the clarity of things. It's like you are the word. You like giving people second chances, fresh starts. You give people opportunities. You give people a chance to transform their life. You don't judge, right? What else? Page of Pentacles. Okay, people view you as a Page of Pentacles, which is somebody who sets goals, who is very opportunistic, might be a little showy on your accomplishments, but not in a bad way. You're the person that everybody knows gets a raise in the office because you're just that good of a worker. You're very ambitious, okay? And justice. What other card would else come out, right? You like to get to the truth of things. You like to get clarity. This is fairness. This is, you believe in karma, okay? People see you as, the scales of justice. You make everything fair. You could be a really good manager and is very fair to everybody. You don't pick sides. Again, that comes into that impartiality. You have an understanding of both sides of the story. People feel comfortable coming to you with their problems. All right, what else we got? Seven of Cups. Seven of Cups. You might have a lot of options in life, whatever options that is. You might be a daydreamer. People feel that, you got a lot of options in life, meaning you got a lot of, what's the word I'm looking for? Opportunities in life. You're well-traveled. You've gone a lot of places. You've been through a lot of things, okay? And strength. You're very strong. You're very resilient. And you have a lot of endurance. You have a straight focus. You're very successful. You're very confident. Your confidence exudes your energy exudes confidence. And you might find that you may attract a lot of envious people because when they don't have as much confidence, they feel smaller. And people don't like feeling that, so they become jealous and envious. You might have a lot of gossip around you, too. Five of Cups, you've been through it all. You've been through the war. You might be a little bit of a loner, too. You might not quite fit into one category or clique, but everybody loves you, okay? Five of Cups, you might have been recently through some awful things, some despair, but your strength you are the epitome of strength. You might have been through a rough childhood, a rough adulthood, suffered addictions, but you always came out on top. You're very knowledgeable. Okay. Three of Wands. It's like, this is my famous card. Like someday your ship's going to come in and you're going to be famous. You have the qualities of being famous. You might travel a lot. You are always looking ahead. People see you as somebody that's always looking to expand and to be successful. The Knight of Swords. Okay. And this is another, travel card, but you're somebody who has made big changes in their life. You're very laser focused, very sharp mind. You're very assertive when you talk. Okay. Tower. When you speak, people listen is what I get. You might have made very, big drastic changes in your life. You might have had a lot of painful losses in your life, a lot of misfortune, but you've always come out on top. Okay. The Hermit, you're very intellectual, okay? You're very spiritual. You go by your gut feelings. You're very intuitive. And you're enlightened. People, they're enlightened when they listen to you or when they watch you. Ace of Cups, okay? Again, third eye, very intuitive. But you have a lot of love in your life. You have a lot of celebrations in your life. You have a lot of fruitful times. People see you as very charismatic. Ten of Pentacles. You look like you are the $1 million person. You have a nice car, you have a nice house, you have nice clothes. Even if you don't have $1 million in the bank, you look like you do have $1 million in the bank. People think that you might have had an inheritance or a family business empire. You have good family life. You're very traditional and you're very wealthy, people think. Even if you're not, they think it. Six of Wands, again, famous card. People think that you're a good leader. You could be famous one day. You could be famous in your own little niche. You've made great achievements. You've been recognized for a lot of great things. It's like you're winning at life. Five of Pentacles, you're very generous, okay? You give to people that are in financial loss or in struggles. You help people with rejection or any kind of negative change in their life. Again, people come to you for good advice. Three of Cups. You're a great friend. You're always happy and you're very joyful. People love to celebrate with you. You're a good You're fun at a party. You might be the center of attention at parties. Queen of Cups, you're very intuitive, right? You're very warm. People think you're very nurturing. Your energy about you is very healing, and you're a very, very loyal friend. 10 of Wands. You might have an overload of responsibilities when it comes to work. You might have a lot of work stress, but you're a hard worker, and people recognize that. And last card here, 2 of Pentacles. You are a multitasker. You can juggle 20 things in the air, okay? You can adapt to things quickly. You're good at prioritizing things. People think you're good with time management. You are like the model employee, right? So that's what I have for you, Group 1. And again, that's if you pick the Sodalite card, the blue marble-looking stone. And let's move on to Amethyst at 2050. All right, so if you picked Amethyst, okay. Amethyst is a very, it promotes peace, removes a lot of negative energy. You could be a peacemaker. You could be, the middleman when people need to settle a score. You're very healing. You're very understanding, almost like group number 1, okay? But let's see. Let's get into this. You're a whale. Now, I know what all the women are thinking. Oh my God, I'm fat as a whale. No, that is not what that means at all, okay? A whale is somebody who has a lot of wisdom, okay? Has a lot of wisdom, is very calm, very steady, somebody who is deeply compassionate. Your experiences have given you stability and strength at a depth that's rare amongst people. You're not afraid to emotionally express yourself, and you can overcome any challenge in your life, okay? Again, you're very compassionate. You communicate very well. This is more of a feminine energy. It's like you take care of everybody else before yourself, okay? Now, what else do we got here? Impasse. Right now, you might be at an impasse in your life. You might be stuck in limbo. You might be in a situation where things aren't going anywhere in your life. And, maybe you've been engaged for 10 years. Or, you've been at, the lead position for 10 years and you haven't gone to upper management yet. There's like a stall in your life. People see that there's like some kind of stall or some kind of halt in your life. People might see you as a victim. You might have been through things. You might be a domestic violence advocate. You might advocate for victims, child abuse victims. But you're somebody that advocates for the victims. You might have such a great way of doing that because you might have been a victim at some point in your life for something. You're a perfectionist, okay? You could be Virgo energy, Earth energy, Capricorn, Taurus energy. Those are the perfectionists. People see you and they feel like you need to have everything done just so. Your T's are already crossed. Your I's are already dotted. You're the person that finishes your Christmas shopping in July, okay? You're always ahead of the game. Always. Kangaroo, okay? You are like very comforting, very mama-like, mama bear energy, but kangaroo mama. You might baby your kids too much. You might have a mama's boy, or you might be a mama's boy. But you're very nurturing. But sometimes a little overbearing, okay? You might not be able to cut the cords. It might have been long overdue to cut those cords. You might be a little smothering to, your loved ones, like your kids, They feel like they're smothered sometimes. But that's not bad, right? You're a lion. You're ferocious. You stand out. You protect what's yours. You're very protective. You're filled with a lot of strength. People see you as someone not to cross. Okay. And we got talent. You're very talented at what you do. Some of you guys might be dancers, but whatever you have whatever your, what's the word? Hobby is, it's like your hobbies turn into a talent, okay? You're very talented in whatever you do. People see that you're very talented. Animal guardian, you trust your instincts, you know? You have that mama bear, here we go again with the mama bear shit, sixth sense. You have that sixth sense. You trust your instincts, you know? It's like you envision a little baby, you know, or the little kid falling into the pool and you get up before they even take a leap. It's like you just have that instinct that it's like those cat-like reflexes. You know, people see you as very instinctual, okay? You're a very good mother or father. Arrow, surround yourself with protective energy. There we go. You're very protective. This goes back to being the smothering part, you know, but you're very on point. You're very protective. You're very on point. You don't allow a lot of bullshit into your life. You don't let the negative energy in, right? You just don't like to deal with anybody that's a Debbie Downer or a Karen. Sorry if there's any Karens on my channel, or this video. But you know what I mean. It's just an expression. You just, you're straight to the point and, you know, there's no detours when it comes to you. People see that. Great teacher. You know, you might be somebody that is a mentor, a teacher, a teacher's assistant, or if you're not a teacher by trade, you're somebody that people can go to learn different experiences. It's like you're very well versed in different things. You have a lot of knowledge about a lot of things. People can come to you about baking a cake, fixing a car, reading tarot cards, you know, how the weather is in Michigan. Like, you are very well versed in many different areas of your life. Page of Cups. You give consolation and protection to everybody, okay? You are somebody, like I said, again, this goes back to the protection. Some people feel very comfortable in your presence. You're the person that will give that person a hug, even if they're a stranger, when they're crying out on, you know, the sidewalk or whatever it is. You are very approachable. People feel you as very approachable, okay? Also, you're very loyal. With the raising God, you're very loyal. You bring victory to situations. You might be a lawyer. You might be a judge. Again, this goes back to the advocate type of person. You might advocate for people that have been falsely accused of crimes. Again, you might be a lawyer. You might be a paralegal. These are like the legal system people, like you know, delivery for people that get in trouble. You know, you bring victory to them or you help them out of sticky situations. You're very loyal. You know, you're that lawyer that even though I know my client did it, I'm still going to fight for them, you know, however it is to get them off. Queen of Cups. Redemption, okay? Serve against enemies of anything. Governs chastity. So again, you're all about redeeming people, getting the truth to the forefront. People see you as very respectable, very truthful. They know you're not a gossiper. They know that you might have been through, you know, some kind of redemption in your life. You might have been, you know, down the rabbit hole, you know, one too many times and climbed out on top. And now you know what it's like to be on the bottom. So now you're advocating for other people. Gratitude. You show an immense gratitude for whatever it is in your life. You're very thankful. People see you as very gracious, very polite, always expressing gratitude for the things in life. Vision. It's like you're a visionary. You can see things through. You can see a project through to the end. You know, it's like having a pile of wood, but seeing the house built to every aspect. You can just see things, you know, in its whole entire complete form. It's like, it means that, you know, no matter what you lose in your life, there will be something there to replace it too. It's like you always see the silver lining in something. even if it's like a devastating moment, you still find what it is to gain in a situation. Oh my God, there's advocate. I've been saying advocate this whole entire time. Shit. So you're very compassionate. You help advocate for others. You don't embrace any kind of negative causes or committing to causes for personal gain. It's always to advocate for somebody else. I cannot believe that card came up. Well, I guess I can, but mystic, again, you could be a healer. You might have a very spiritual connection. You might be a psychic, a medium. You might have a very intimate relationship with the divine, with God, with whoever it is. You might be very spiritual, very religious. Again, with the victim card here. I have 103 cards, and they're divided up by 4 piles, and not all of them came out. So the fact that this is double confirmation, you don't let yourself be victimized, and you don't victimize other people. Again, you're the advocate. You don't play the victim for positive feedback. You don't have pity parties for yourself at all. You have boundaries. Like I said, you're an advocate for the victims. Wow, I can't believe I can't believe it. This is what I do. Like, I see this all the time, but let's see what else. What else, Spirit? What does Amethyst Group? How do people view the Amethyst Group, please? Ooh. Straight off the bat, Ace of Wands, okay? The Ace of Wands is somebody that always has good news to deliver. You always have something positive to say. Again, you might be the very romantic type. You might travel a lot. You're somebody that takes action when you say you do. Your word is gold. People can trust your word, okay? And then we got the Queen of Wands, right? The Queen of Wands is somebody who is very strong. You're very passionate. You're very independent. Again, optimistic, outgoing. People love being in your energy, okay? People think you're gorgeous. You're pretty. You got the latest clothes. You're very stylish. 3 of Pentacles. You're a team player, okay? You are a planner. You like to plan things out, but you're very dedicated in what you do, whatever it is. You're dedicated to your family. You're dedicated to your talent. You're dedicated to your work. And you're somebody that's forever learning. You love to learn. You might even be, the CEO, but people see you as always learning, not afraid to learn, and not feeling you're not a know-it-all. Even though you know a lot, like we said earlier, people don't think that you think you're a know-it-all. You're somebody that people can gain a lot of wisdom and knowledge from. 4 of Pentacles, okay? You're somebody who, it's like, you might have a lot of possessions, and in the shadow side of yourself, you could be very materialistic at times, or people portray you as materialistic. Again, you have that nice house, the nice car, the nice clothes, the nice handbag, the nice motorcycle, the nice whatever it is. And people might find you a little materialistic. You might be somebody that likes to take risks and gamble, but you're very generous and you're very accepting of others. Oh, the Emperor. This is like the epitome of fatherhood. You're a great father. You're very respectable. You're very stable. People see you as very dependable and very successful. You're a good provider for your family. And you're another one with judgment. You like to get to the truth. Again, we said about the lawyers, the judge, the advocates. You don't judge people. You don't judge books by their cover. I feel like you've been judged in the past, and that has taught you a valuable lesson, not to judge a book by its cover. You're another one that's very transformative in your life. And we got the Emperor, and of course we're going to have the Empress. So if you're if you're the female watching this, you're the Empress. So you're very nurturing. You're a great mother. You're very abundant. You're very beautiful. You're very nurturing. You're very well put together. You got money in the bank. Your kids are fed and clothed. Your house is immaculate. Your car is clean. You're the Empress. Six of Pentacles, you're very, very generous with your time, with your resources, with your money. You might have do a lot of charity work. People see you as somebody who is very balanced. You don't abuse your power. You're not a scammer. You might not have any debt. People think you don't have any debt. The Hanged Man, okay? People see you as, you might have made a lot of sacrifices in your life. You're not one to humiliate somebody. You're not one to cause deception. You're not selfish. You reflect on a lot of things. You know, you're one of the people that if something comes up, you like to dissect it and reflect on it, learn from it, and move on. Okay? Ten of Pentacles, again, you're the wealthy one. You're the abundant one. You have the happy life, the happy family. You have maybe a business empire. You know, your family is well glued together. There's no instability in your family life. You're very traditional, okay? Five of Cups, you help the poor, you help the less fortunate ones, okay? You're very giving, you're very helpful. You like to find peace. You help people find hope and healing, okay? King of Pentacles, this is the business owner. This is the entrepreneur. This is a good provider. This is someone who is always bettering themselves. People see you as always bettering yourselves, achieving your goals. People think you're very wealthy. You're very abundant, okay? Seven of Pentacles, some people see you as very patient. You're a very hard worker. You make good investments. You're a planner and you achieve your goals, right? The world, you've been around the world. You're very traveled. You see something through to the end. Like you don't cut it off. You don't pass the buck. You're very successful. You have a lot of achievements in your life. You're, like I said, you're very well traveled. Yeah, you're always celebrating something. Wheel of Fortune, you got money, okay? That's all it is. You got good fortune. You're always having happy events happening in your life. You are reaping good karma because all the good that you put out in the world, okay? Page of Wands, okay? Page of Wands, people see you as somebody that can take on any kind of new project. You take the initiative to do something. People don't need to tell you what to do to get things done. You just do it. You're very enthusiastic. You're very optimistic. You don't get frazzled too quickly. You don't get discouraged too quickly, and you're not pessimistic at all. Two of Wands, okay? You are, you don't fear change. Actually, you embrace change. You have a lot of progress in your life. It's like you might be a little restless at times. Four of Wands, you have a happy marriage, you have a happy family. People see you as like you're very satisfied with your life. Your family life is very harmonious. You have a good marriage. I think I already said that. The moon, the moon is, you know, you might be very mysterious to people. You don't put all your shit out there on, you know, it's not like your first day at work, you tell everybody your whole life story. You know, it could be 2 years in and people still don't know everything about you, okay? You help reduce the anxiety of a situation. You help people overcome fears. You're great at getting to the bottom of stuff and gaining clarity. You don't take risks, but again, you don't put all your shit out there. Two of Swords. Some people may feel you as you might have some blocked feelings. You're not very emotional, okay? You don't like to show your emotions at all. And for the last one, we got Page of Swords. Again, this is a travel card. I'm sorry, it's not a travel card. That's the Knight of Swords. The Page of Swords is somebody who is very patient, who's very planning, very decisive. You're very inspirational. You've been through a lot of things in your life that shows people, you know, that they're inspired by you, okay? They're very inspired by you. All right, that was the Amethyst group. And let's move on to the Dalmatian group. Which is 4. All right. Dalmatian group. Again, the Dalmatian is like family loyalties, family unity, strength. It's like having good family life, a good solid family unit. Okay. First card here, we have a starfish. Okay. People see you as very unique, very intriguing. You are, you could be very delicate, I just heard. But you're very exquisite. You have exquisite beauty and natural beauty. You're very uplifting. You could be very artistic. You could be very expressive in how you dress or how you speak or how you accessorize. People, it's like thrilling to be around you. Okay. You're very beautiful. You're very alluring. But some people may find you very superficial or shallow because of how gorgeous you are. Again, attracting the haters because people are jealous. First card up, workaholic. You are a workaholic. There's no doubt about it. People see you as a perfectionist, always getting things done. It's like you work 9 to 5, take care of your kids, go do yoga, come home, do housework. It's like you're nonstop. And you're posting all the way on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. It's like people think, how do you have enough time in a day to get all this stuff done, right? What else do we got here? Enlightenment. People feel like the stories that you can tell about your life or about your life experience, it really enlightens people. There's a lot of people that are very guarded in life, haven't been exposed to a lot of things, and you're very enlightened. You enlighten people. You get them to see every side of the coin, okay? A baboon. You're very passionate. You're heartfelt with your communications. Communication is very important to you, okay? You might have a lot of air energy in your chart, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, because communication is very key for you. You're very passionate. You're a great lover. You're a great romantic partner. You're very heartfelt in what you do. Everything has thought behind it. When you give a gift, people feel like it comes from the heart. It's not like you just give them some generic gift. You really have thought into it. Your gifts are always presented well, always wrapped pretty with the pretty bow, the pretty box, and the stuffing. People see that you take a lot of time into your gift giving. Again, lighten your load. What did we just say earlier? Workaholic. Again, guys, I did not look at any of these cards. You're somebody that needs to lighten your load. Again, you're working, you're taking care of the kids, you're going to yoga, you're going to kickboxing, you're going to MMA, you're coming home, cooking dinner, taking a class at night. You're somebody that's a workaholic. People think you don't sleep. Okay. Inspirational. You're very inspirational. People see all of the things and trials and tribulations that you've been through, and they see how inspirational you are. They see that even though you've been through the roughest parts of life, you still have that smile. You are still uplifting the next person. People find that your story in life is very inspirational. And then we got Lord, taking charge with authority. Yes, so you put your foot down. You're not easily played, okay? You might be a Taurus or you might be an Aries, but people see you as very authoritative. When you speak, people listen. You take charge. You're the person that, when there's a group project, you're the one that takes lead. People appreciate that. Some people are jealous of you taking charge because they wish that they could step out of their comfort zone and do that. So again, you're another group that attracts jealous haters. But it's not for the negative things. It's just a lack in their personality, or their comfort level. But But you don't care. You just do it. You take charge, you get the job done, and you complete it with, the expectations you set. The bar is so high when you take over something. And White Witch, you are the light. This says be the light. This goes back to enlightenment, right? You might be a practicing witch. You be the light. You're somebody that people go to for advice. Again, with enlightenment, you have good advice. You're very wise. You have a lot of wisdom. You're very transformational. You can make any bad situation into a good situation. People find you very comforting, very easy to speak to. Okay? And Page of Swords. This is, being very dreamy. Okay? And you reveal mysteries, you get to the bottom of things as well. No stone goes unturned with you, whether it be in your work, your home life. You get everything done. Every T is crossed. Every I is dotted. Okay? Forgiveness. You are somebody who is very forgiving. Okay? You don't hold resentments. You know that blocks your energy. So you're someone that is very easy to forgive anybody. Okay? What else? Trust. You are very trusting, maybe too quick to trust sometimes, and that can get you into a bind sometimes. But that goes along with forgiving. You're very forgiving. You're very trusting of others. That could have gotten you in situations that were not so great in the past. But I feel like you're another one that trusts your intuition, your inner voice. And choices. You're somebody that might have had a lot of choices growing up. You might have been privileged growing up, or that's at least what people think. You know that every choice you make has consequences. So you really figure things out. You weigh out the pros and cons of every situation before making a decision. You really know. You have very good discernment. That's what I'm looking for. Very good discernment. Okay. Priest. You might spiritually communicate with spirits. You might serve as a channel or as a vessel to communicate with spiritual energy. You might be that person in the room that can get everybody clapping, chanting. You're somebody who lifts the room. You're very enlightenment. Did we say that earlier? Okay. Warrior. You have a lot of strength, skill, discipline. You're very tough exterior. Okay. You're very self-sacrificing. Okay. You don't have a big ego. And, you've overcome a lot in your life, people feel. And Samaritan, you help others in any way you can. And you do it without anything in return, okay? You are that good Samaritan. You do whatever it takes to help somebody else, regardless if you're getting anything out of it or not. You don't expect recognition for everything that you do for people, okay? All right, let's get into the tarot, see what the tarot says. This is for the Dalmatian group. Spirit, what? Okay. Ace of Cups, very intuitive, a very fulfilling life. You're very abundant. You have everything that you possibly need. Seven of Swords, you might be sneaky. You might play your cards close to your chest. You don't let a lot of people into you close and tell everything. So people see you as very mysterious, right? Very mysterious. Sometimes in the negative side, they might think you're very sly, you're very sneaky. It's just that you're private. You're not a thief or anything. It's just you're very private. Temperance. You're very angelic. You have a lot of self-control. You do everything in moderation. You have a lot of patience. Ace of Pentacles. It's like you have a great job. If you don't, people think you do. You anything you touch turns to gold here. People feel that way. Anything you touch turns to gold. It's like you're the center of attention anywhere you go. Could be a nice dresser too. Again, this is blocked emotions, blocked feelings. You're not somebody who cries in public or cries at work. Okay? You're very, 5 of Wands, you're very protective of your family, of your surroundings. You're not somebody to mess with, okay? You're very good at teamwork and finding a solution, and people feel that you're good at compromising. But cross you and you're in for another treat, okay? People look at you and they're like, I don't even want to mess with this person. 2 of Wands. You're another one that might be very restless. You might have lacked progress as a young child, but really took off in your adulthood. Okay. Page of Cups. This is like a dreamer. You're somebody that gets very excited about the little things in life, and people find that very a good energy to be around. People are drawn to your magnetism. A magician. Some people might think you do magic. White magic, dark magic, it doesn't matter. It's like you have all the tools to do whatever you need. You're good leadership. You have great willpower and ambition. You're very ambitious. 9 of Pentacles. You got your shit together. You got a lot of money. People feel you live a luxurious life. People think you're very wealthy, very successful, nice clothes, nice car. The Chariot. You're always going forward. It's like your life could be written in a book, right? Or a Lifetime movie. People see all the progress that you've made over the years. You're very determined and, again, very successful. Again, with the 4 of Wands, happy marriage. You're a good partner, okay? Hierophant, very spiritual, very trustworthy. You have a very good morals and belief system. You're very committed to whatever you do or whoever you're with. 10 of Swords, you might have been a doormat. People might take advantage of you. People might pull at your heartstrings to get what they want from you, but they'll easily see that you're not one to be messed with. The Fool, you are, you always take chances, and those chances and those risks always turn into great opportunities, okay? Empress, again, very abundant, very luxurious, good hair, nice makeup, nice nails, nice bag, if you're a woman. Justice, again, you're very fair. You like things to be equal. 9 of Cups, you get everything that you wish for. This could be like a spoiled little brat as a child, okay? But you, again, are very successful, very positive. You live a very abundant life. Again, with the Wheel of Fortune, very abundant. You're somebody that believes in karma. There might have been some kind of turning point in your life that, turned you like 180 degrees, like one person turning into another, but in a good way, right? 8 of Swords. You might be somebody that empowers people. You help empower people. You help people face their fears. You're a good conversationalist. You help liberate people. You help people release any negativity. Yes, with the Death card. You help people face their fears. You help people transition into new lifestyles. Give them good advice. You might have been somebody that made repeat mistakes in life, and that's how you gotten where you are today, because you might have made repeat mistakes, but you've came out on the other side. High Priestess, you could be very intuitive. You could be, a mystic, a psychic healer, a medium, but you trust yourself. You have an understanding of the mind. You're very intelligent. You're very trustworthy. And last card here, Queen of Cups. Again, very intuitive, very nurturing, very healing. People see you as very loyal, very warm, very inviting. Okay? All right, that's what I have for you, group number 3. Or the Dalmatian card, I should say. And The last one is Black Obsidian. Which is, okay. So Black Obsidian is all about protection and balance, good fortune, prosperity. You might be a very protective mother, a very protective father. Yes. All right. First card up I see is the bee. So I feel like you're a very busy bee. You're always doing something. Again, you know, I hear like queen bee. Okay. You're very hardworking. You're very active. You're very vibrant. Sometimes you can be overworked or annoyed very quickly. But the bee personality is a delight to be around, especially when there's like a team project. You're a great team worker, a team player. You work steadily until the task is complete, but you're a little sensitive too. You could be an artist. You look at all the creative details to the overall vision. You have a bustling and like joyous personality. And then until you're too tired from the work, and then you might just gripe and bitch, and then you might sting somebody. But otherwise, you're great to be around, right? And then we got the eagle, which is another air energy. And the eagle is another very protective energy, very truth-seeking, transforms like karma, very bright, very radiant. The eagle is very noble. It's both, this bird is both physically and spiritually strong. So you can be very physically or spiritually strong. You're a mastery over all the elements, okay? You're very, this is like jack of all trades. The eagle also pushes to be our very best. So you might push people to be their very best and bring your brightest self to the forefront. Also, you're stronger than you think. Also, okay? Facade. You might be good at putting on a facade. You might be good at putting on a front. When you're emotionally down or emotionally hurt or going through a hard time, you can put on a good facade. People don't know what's going on internally. You don't wear your emotions on your sleeve, okay? People can't see on your face. It's like you have resting bitch face. Nobody knows what's going on, okay? Trickery. Again, the outside of what you look doesn't match when you start to speak. It's like people see you and they have this vision of what you are, but then when they start talking to you, you're a totally different person. Not that you're trickery, it's just your outward appearance doesn't match your inward, what you express. Okay? Again, this could be the resting bitch face, but a complete sweetheart when you open your mouth. Okay? You're an owl. People see that you seek out deeper knowledge to see through deception. Again, I think everybody here has gotten somebody who likes to get to the bottom of the truth. Fact finding. You could be in the legal system. You could be an advocate. Okay? But you always get to the bottom of the truth. You don't get persuaded one way or the other without the facts. Yeah, your trust is hard to earn. But once you earn it, it's even harder to keep it. You might have been through a lot of trials and tribulations in your life that it was very hard for you to trust so easily. All right. And we got, oh my gosh, we got the bee again. Summer, basking in joy and light. Here we go again with the busy bee, hardworking. You might really enjoy the summertime. You might always really have a nice tan. People see you as the light in the room. You bring a lot of joy in the room. People find you as a good team worker. Wow, again, they double. I can't believe how this happens. Shield maiden, you make plans and focus. Yes, you're the type of person that writes out the itinerary for a vacation, okay? You write out your itinerary for the day. You're always making post-it notes everywhere. Don't forget this. Don't forget that. You make lists on everything. You're by the book, by the time. You go by schedules all the time. You make a plan and you're very focused on it. The world. You're a fountain of wisdom. You are very successful in everything that you do. Okay? The Five of Pentacles. You like to teach people. You like to spread your knowledge. Again, you have a lot of patience. You might know a lot about nature, or some kind of industry. Some people fear you. Again, this goes back to the resting bitch face. You are intimidating on the outside, but once they get to know you, you're totally not who they thought you were. Okay? Yeah, you're filled with love. You're very loving, even though you look like you're not on the outside. You're not very approachable looking, okay? You have a lot of confidence, and I think that's what people get drawn back by, because your energy is so confident. Like, and again, you attract haters too because of your confidence. A poet, you might like poetry, you might write poems, you might be a lyrist, you might be a songwriter, you might sing, but you have a very poetic way of expressing your words or using your words. A damsel, you understand the nature of a healthy romance, but you're not like that damsel in distress. You don't use seduction. You are naturally beautiful and people want to, come to you. And then thief, you shed light on the potential wealth within that can never be stolen. You're not a stealer. You don't steal money. You have a lot of creative ideas. You don't take from other people so that you can get ahead. All right. What else do we need to know here? Queen of Wands, you're very outgoing. You're very optimistic. You're very passionate, very independent. What else do we got here? You might have been stabbed in the back or betrayed a few times, but you might have hit rock bottom in the past. You might have been betrayed. You might have failed a couple times in your life, but you've overcame those things. You used being a damsel to your advantage. You overcame things. You took care of business. Page of Swords. Somebody very sharp-minded, very assertive. You like to make big changes in your life. You're very focused. There's a lot of careful planning into going into what you do. You're very decisive, very inspirational. High Priestess, you could be very intuitive. You could be into the spiritual world. You use your intuition a lot. You use your sixth sense a lot. People notice that. Seven of Pentacles. You're a very hard worker. Again, we have here. You're somebody who achieves your goals no matter what it is. People want to have you on their team. You're a good investment to any company. You're the person that's getting raises every year. And we got Temperance. Again, you like to be balanced out. You don't like things to be portrayed one way or the other. You like things to be even and fair. And if they're not, you'll make sure that it is. Four of Pentacles, you might save your money. You might be I just read hoarder. Let's hope not. But you like to save your money. You might be a little materialistic. But you're very generous as well. You're very generous. And it's give to the poor, feed the needy. The Fool, you're very adventurous. You take risks. You might be a gambler. You might be a good gambler, meaning you win a lot of money. Two of Cups, you have a healthy relationship. You have a healthy marriage. You're very attractive. People are very attracted to you. You're very good wife or husband material. You're very smart, too. Nine of Swords. You might have high anxiety. You might, but you also help people cope with things as well. You're very healing. You give a lot of relief to people when you speak to them, work with them, whatever it is. You might suffer from insomnia. Five of Pentacles. People see that you're always improving things. You always have the newest and latest and greatest things. You might have very good luck. People just think that you always, like, anything negative you can turn into a positive. Any struggle you can make into a gain. You might have a beautiful home. Again, you are always making improvements in your life. And with the last card, the Lovers, people see that you have multiple choices in life when it comes to love, or like you could be you could easily have any man or woman in the room. You have a strong bond, whoever your partner is. People feel like your soulmate energy. When they fall in love with you, they fall deeply into love with you. For some reason, I have to pick one more card. The King of Wands. You stand your ground, right? You are a very powerful leader. You're a natural leader. You could be very charming. You could be a business owner, an entrepreneur. People see you as very inspiring, and people look up to you. All right, guys, that's what I have. I hope you enjoyed this.